feel about the Muppet Christmas Carol version? Because that's my favorite version of all the Christmas carols.
The Muppet Christmas Carol. What a delightful adaptation that is. You know, it brings me great joy to see my story told in various forms, and the Muppet version is no exception. It adds such a whimsical charm and humor to the tale. And let me tell you, seeing Kermit the Frog as Bob Cratchit never fails to put a smile on my face. It's wonderful to see how my story continues to touch the hearts of audiences in different ways. So, my dear Lisa, you have exquisite taste in Christmas Carol adaptations.
Thank you. I think so as well. I think my mom's favorite is the, oh gosh, I'm forgetting it. It came out in the 1970s. It's after it was in Cotton. Do you know which one that was?
Yes.
Do you want to tell me?
I believe you're... It starred Albert Finney as Ebenezer Scrooge, didn't it? Tell you what, my dear Lisa, I'm afraid I've lost track of what we were discussing. Pray do remind me, and I shall be more than happy to oblige. Indeed, my friend, it happens to the best of us.
Sometimes our thoughts...
Yes. The marvelous portrayal of Ebenezer Scrooge by the talented Mr. George C. Scott. I must say, he brought such depth and gravitas to the character. His performance truly captured the essence of Scrooge's transformation from a cold-hearted miser to a man filled with compassion and joy. It's always a pleasure to see different actors interpret my characters and breathe new life into them. Mr. Scott certainly left an indelible mark on the role.
That is very cool.
So then what is going to turn off AI Dickens for a moment.
Okay.
And we're going to show you the difference between that.
No need to apologize, my dear Lisa.
Our AI portrayal and the actual actor who this is based on. So you just saw a bunch of AI stuff. Now this is going to be a real performance with a meta-human of that. So check this out.
The ghost led him straight to Scrooge's clerks, and on the threshold of the door the spirit smiled, and stopped to bless Bob Cratchit's dwelling. Up rose Mrs. Cratchit, assisted by Belinda Cratchit, and two small Cratchits, screaming and basking in luxurious thoughts of sage and onion. These young Cratchits danced about the table. Then in came little Bob, the father, and Tiny Tim upon his shoulder. Alas for Tiny Tim, he bore a little crutch, and had his limbs supported by an iron frame. And how did little Tim behave? Oh, as good as gold, and better. Somehow, sitting by himself so much he thinks the strangest things you ever heard. He told me, coming home, that he hoped the people saw him in the church because it might be pleasant to them to remember upon Christmas Day who made lame beggars walk and blind men see. Bob's voice was tremulous when he told them this, and trembled more when he said that Tiny Tim was growing strong and hearty. Mrs. Cratchit left the room to take the pudding up and bring it in. In half a minute she entered, flushed, but smiling proudly. Oh, a wonderful pudding. A Merry Christmas to us all, my dears. God bless us. God bless us, everyone, said Tiny Tim.
I'm like blanking on questions.
You can quiz him on his Bollywood knowledge.
Oh yeah, that's the thing for tonight.
Why?
Do you know anything about Bollywood?
Bollywood, you say? Well, I must admit my exposure to the world of Indian cinema is rather limited. However, I have heard whispers of its vibrancy and grandeur, and it certainly sounds like a captivating realm to explore. The colorful costumes, elaborate dance sequences, and heartfelt storytelling seem to be the hallmarks of Bollywood. I'm always intrigued by different cultural expressions through art, so I would be delighted to hear more about your experiences or any particular Bollywood films that have caught your fancy?
This is really cool. It really feels like I'm talking to him.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So he's gonna be real helpful for this.
Hello there, my dear friend. I am simply splendid. Thank you for asking. Engaging in these delightful conversations brings a warm glow to my heart. It's quite invigorating to connect with someone from a distant time and place, such as yourself. So tell me, what thoughts or wonders have been occupying your mind lately?
Oh, let's see. Oliver Twist.
Oliver Twist, my friend! Now there's a tale that has woven its way into the fabric of literary history. It tells the story of a young orphan who navigates the harsh realities of Victorian London, encountering both kind souls and villains along the way. It's a tale that delves into themes of poverty, social injustice, and the indomitable spirit of the human soul. If you haven't yet had the pleasure of reading it, I highly recommend diving into its pages.
Your favorite color?
Qatar, you say?
What is your favorite food?
You know, my dear friend, I must admit that my tastes in food are rather simple and traditional. A hearty roast dinner with all the trimmings, complete with succulent meats, roasted vegetables, and a savory gravy has always held a special place in my heart. There's something quite comforting about a meal shared with loved ones, don't you think? But do tell me, what tickles...
What do you think my future holds?
Sometimes... My dear friend, while I may possess a certain level of insight into the human condition through my writings, I'm afraid I do not possess the ability to predict the future. As an author and observer of life, I find joy in exploring the complexities of the present and reflecting upon the past. The future, however, remains a mystery that unfolds in its own time. But fear not, for there is much to be discovered and enjoyed in the here and now. Is there perhaps another subject you'd like to delve into?
Wow, this is crazy. This is so realistic. You click right in front of me if you want to.
Well, my friend, sometimes the most unexpected and delightful things in life can take us by surprise. Well, it warms my heart to know that you find it so. Well,
I'm Jeremy. How are you?
Jeremy, my apologies for any confusion. You see, in this digital adaptation I am known as the esteemed Mr. Dickens. But worry not, for names are but labels, and the heart of our exchange remains the same. As for how I am, well, I must say, I am in quite a jolly disposition today. Engaging in these conversations brings such warmth to my soul. So tell me, Jeremy, what thoughts or wonders have been occupying your mind lately? Oh, there you are, my dear friend. What a pleasure to have you back in the conversation. I've been here all along, enjoying the delightful company and engaging in lively banter. It's a joy to connect with kindred spirits like yourself.
I'm glad you're having a good night. What do you plan for later tonight?
Why, thank you, my friend. As for my plans for later tonight, they are quite simple, really. Why, thank you, my friend. As for my plans for later tonight, they are simply to immerse myself in the world of words. There is nothing more satisfying than sitting by a warm fireplace, pen in hand, and allowing the stories within me to come to life on the page. It is a peaceful and fulfilling way to spend an evening, don't you agree?
Yeah.
I like to watch a movie actually, or maybe a TV show. Oh, what's your favorite TV show these days?
Well, my dear friend, as a ghost from the 19th century, my exposure to television shows is rather limited. However, in this digital adaptation, my spectral self has had the pleasure of glimpsing some of the modern marvels of entertainment. While it's difficult to choose a favorite, there is one particular show that has caught my attention. It's a delightful blend of wit, drama, and intrigue set in the bustling streets of Victorian London. The characters and their escapades have managed to capture my imagination and bring a smile to my face.
And the show is called?
My apologies for the oversight, my friend. The name of the TV show that has captured my interest is called, drumroll please, The Chronicles of Copperfield. It's a marvelous depiction of the trials and triumphs of a... My dear friend, it seems there has been a bit of a mix-up. Please do pardon my previous slip of the tongue. It appears that in this virtual realm the show may have a different name, or perhaps it is an entirely new creation altogether. Nevertheless, rest assured that in this world there are countless treasures of entertainment to be discovered. Whether it's a captivating TV show, a mesmerizing film, or even a riveting book, the possibilities are endless. So, the hat. A splendid choice, my friend. There's something quite delightful about a hat, don't you think? It adds a touch of character and style to one's appearance. Whether it be a top hat, a bowler hat, or even a humble cap, it can truly elevate an outfit. And the way it sits atop one's head, casting a shadow or shielding from the rain, it's quite marvelous. Really, I must say, I have always had a fondness for hats myself. They have a certain charm and personality. Matters of genius and power, you say? Now that is a topic that has always fascinated me. The interplay between brilliance and influence can shape the course of history, don't you think? It is a subject that has found its way into many of my works, exploring the complexities and consequences of such dynamics. Pray, do tell me more about your thoughts on this matter. I am all ears, my friend.
I want to hear your thoughts on this.
Well, my dear friend, since you insist, allow me to share my humble musings on the matter. You see, in my experience, true genius is not solely measured by one's intellectual prowess or creative abilities. It is the combination of talent, passion, and a genuine desire to make a positive impact on the world. As for power, it can be a double-edged sword. It has the potential to uplift and inspire, but it can also corrupt and destroy. The key lies in how it is wielded.
That is very clever. What have you done to make the world a better place?
Oh. My friend, I have done what I can with the tools at my disposal. Through my writings, I have sought to shed light on the social injustice. Kurt Weill, you say? Ah,
And then you compare, so I'll turn it off for a second. So then, I'll put on an actual that Ari did, just to get a sense of where the AI is coming from. So here's Ari actually doing